Hi everyone, how are we all doing? If you're new here, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Khutchingss and I'm owner of Elsker Beauty, which is a salon here in Hampshire. Now today I will be reviewing for you the Benefit Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation. So if you want to see what I thought and how I got on with it and to see what you think, carry on watching. Okay, so here is the little thing. I bought the mini one just because I didn't want to spend like however much it is on a massive bottle and then not like it. So I think it's awesome that Benefit offer these mini bottles. I wish more higher end companies did that. But yeah, so I've got the little mini bottle which is £8 and it's so cute. I know that sounds ridiculous for a product, but it is really cute. Anyway, it says Benefit Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation, Sheer Medium Coverage, Liquid Foundation, SPF 15. We like SPF. It doesn't really say too much else on this little box, surprisingly. It's just got the little Hello Happy logo on there, which I think is really cute. It does sort of open out a little bit, a bit like a book, but all it really says is just in a few different languages. But it just says soft blur foundation, looks like skin and feels like nothing at all. 95% said it gives natural looking coverage. So we shall see, that's what we're here for today. So I got shade number 1 because I am usually at the paler end of the spectrum. I did test it out at the stand. Oh my god, I can't open the box. So hopefully it is the right colour. It was when I tested it out on my wrist. Oh, it's so cute, look. It's like the dinkiest bottle of foundation ever. I'm not sure how many applications I'll get out of that. But it'll be enough for a few uses and to see if I like it enough to buy the big bottle. So I'm going to prime my skin first, and lately I'm going to be using a few new things that I've got recently in this video. So for Christmas I got the Becca Skin Love, what's it called? Glow Elixir. I like that word. But yeah, I've actually been using it as a primer, but you can use it as a primer, you can mix it in with your foundation, you can put it under your moisturiser. I really like it. It reminds me a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. It's kind of like similar uses, and this smells lush, like a spa, like fresh kind of smell. So I've just been moisturising, letting that sink in, and then putting this over the top, but it just smells so nice. I wish you guys could smell it. Yeah, I definitely recommend that. I really like it. I've been using it, literally I put it on Christmas Day, so I've actually been using it from the day I got it. Yeah, I really like it. Definitely noticed a difference. Even if you just leave it on like by itself, if you're just having a day at home or just having a day of running errands or something, but you don't want to be completely naked faced, it is really nice. Just makes your skin look nice and glowy and fresh. So yeah, let that sink in. Yeah, I don't really know what else. I know this foundation's been out for a little while, but like I said, it took me a little while to get to the stand so that I could get one. I know that I could have bought the full bottle online, but I never see the mini ones online, so maybe I'm just being blind. But I'm going to get this little bottle here, just pop some on my hand. There we go, and I'm just going to put it on the same as I would any other foundation. So I'm going to pop it on, smooth it on with my fingers first, and then blend it with a beauty blender. So it does feel quite light, but it's not like crazy runny, it's not like running down my finger or anything, so which is cool. Yeah, you definitely know when this is ready because it almost feels like a little bit tacky almost, but yeah, I'm going to pop that on. So I'm just going to smooth it on first. I'll zoom you in a little bit in a minute. I always start around the cheek area, make sure that's all blended out. Pop a dot on my chin, across my forehead and on my nose. I tend to just dot it around my face, smooth it on with my fingers just because it tends to give a more natural looking coverage, and the warmth of your fingers helps blend it in. So that's how I apply most foundations, and this is a super full coverage foundation, and then I tend to use a brush and then a beauty blender. So I'm just going to take that last remaining bit, I'll probably have to top it up in a sec, and just pop it on the other side of my face. But it feels really nice, it's blending in quite nicely. And so far it does feel really light on your face. I love makeup where it just feels like you've got nothing on. A bit on my eyelids. I definitely see what they mean by natural look and coverage, because I mean my skin definitely looks better, like more even coverage should I say, since I've put that on. But it's still, I would still want a bit more coverage than what it's given me now. But we always put a bit of extra foundation on around the areas that we need an extra bit of coverage. So yeah, it's blended in really nicely. It definitely looks nice and natural, which I like. I do have full coverage foundations, but I tend to wear them more just if I'm feeling a bit extra and want to put some on, or if I'm going on a night out. But day to day I do like quite natural looking foundation, still with a decent coverage, but just slightly more natural looking. Okay, so if I zoom you in or out, shake it all about. So there we go. So yeah, first layer, I would say it's pretty decent coverage for a first layer, especially as the foundation does feel quite thin. I don't know if is it a matte finish? It just says it's a sheer medium coverage finish, so it doesn't really say if it's dewy or matte or anything, but as it's a natural finish that tends to mean it's more of like a dewy effect. But yeah, my skin, I know I've obviously put the Glow Elixir underneath, but my skin does look quite glowy and just quite fresh, I think. Make sure I'm nice and blended in around the brows, and then I'm going to go in the areas that I always want a bit of extra coverage on the second layer. So again, I'm just going to take my finger. I like to have a bit of extra coverage around my cheek and to sort of the lower eye area. Pop that around. And then if I've got any blemishes, I have got a couple of spots on my chin, so I'll pop a bit of extra on there. On the other cheek. I always get a lot of redness around my nose, so I always try and make sure that that's definitely all covered. And you have to make sure it's all blended around your jawline as well, so just really blend that down. And then I always like to put a bit like in between my brows and the centre of my forehead. Only thing I would say about a lot of foundation bottles, and you're probably going to think this is really random, that if you end up with a bit of excess on your hand, there's so many bottles where you can't scoop it back in, and I appreciate bottles that do, because how often do you put a load on your hand or on your face and you think this is too much, and you could scoop a bit back. So I'm going to try it, but I think it's just going to end up on the top of the nozzle. Let's give it a go. It's better than not trying to salvage it at all. So I've got the weeniest bit left on my hand, so I don't know, I'll just put that on my chin or something. There we go. So once I've really blended all this in, I'm then just going to do my makeup as I always would, so concealer, powder, highlight, contour, and then we can see what we think of the final look, blended in all around the jawline. But yeah, so that is how I would apply my foundation. Go in with a thin-ish first layer, and then just go in again with a bit of extra coverage in areas that you feel like you need them. But I actually am really liking the look of this foundation. It's blended in really nicely. Luckily the colour match is a good one for my natural skin colour, rather than being fake tanned, I mean. Yeah, it looks fresh, my skin looks just fresh, healthy, and yeah, it is like a natural coverage, but it's like a good natural coverage, rather than still looking like, yeah, I don't have any makeup on, like I find some sheer foundations do. This one, you could definitely build it up more if you wanted to, or you could just leave it nice and natural, like I have. So, as I said, I'm going to use a few new products today that I've got. Either I got for Christmas or I've treated myself to them with some Christmas money. So the concealer that I'm going to use is the Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer. A few of you guys actually recommended this to me after I did my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Concealer and Powder video. I asked for it for Christmas. And Santa did good. I've been using this concealer for, well, the same as the Elixir actually, like for a long, I say long time, I think it's just because it feels like such a long time ago, doesn't it? But since Christmas, and I absolutely love it. It's a really good coverage, it doesn't seem to crease, stays put all day. I love it. Well up there with my favourite concealers. Other concealers I love is, I do like the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Concealer. It is just quite expensive for the amount that you get, but I do really like it. And the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer. They are my faves. So yeah, I'm liking the look of that. I am an even skin tone. Skin looks quite fresh and glowy. Just how I like it. So yeah, I'm going to go in with some powder now, and it's an exciting day because yesterday I got a brand new pot of the Charlotte Tilbury Magic powder because I am obsessed with this powder. I literally finished the other day the one that I reviewed for you guys, and I just love it. As soon as I put it on under my eyes, I can just see that it's smoothed all out, and it's really nice to have a powder that just doesn't really mattify you. I still put a mattifying powder in between my brows and around my nose in places I feel like I need it, but just as like an overall like under eye and like cheek area powder. So if you wanted to go with a really natural look, you could just go in with like a cream bronzer, cream blusher, like a creamy highlight, and you'd be good to go. But day to day I do like to use a powder. I do like to use a powder and set everything down, just because I do usually need my makeup to last all day, especially if I'm in the salon. So, and then I'm going to go in with some RCMA translucent powder, just with a fluffy eyeshadow brush. I tend to just pat some of that on any blemishes to keep them nice and concealed, around my nose because I tend to get a bit oily around there, and then just in between my brows because again I do get a bit oily around there. Just getting the Benefit Hoola bronzer, just warming up the face. You want to make sure when you do your face bronzing, especially on your forehead, to make sure that it is really blended, because sometimes I see girls and it just stops like there and it just doesn't look great. So I tend to warm up my face a little bit first with a little bit of bronzer, and then I'll go in with like a proper contour. So I'm just going in with a MAC bronzing powder in the shade Shade Stir. I'm just sticking to like right at the back of my cheekbone rather than going all the way down. So then, what shall I don't know what highlighter to use. Such girl problems. I use my Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold. But everything so far is blending really nicely on top of it. It's not gone patchy or anything like that. Yeah, I really like it so far. Be interesting to see how it lasts throughout the day. So how are we all anyway? I'm a bit late on in the video to ask, aren't I? But I've just been focused on foundation things. January is over, if you're one of those that don't like January, which is understandable, but I actually quite like January. I understand it can be a hard month, like financially and things like that, but I think sometimes any hard month can be hard financially. It's not always January for some of us, but I really like January weather. I know you guys are going to think I'm weird, but I am an autumn winter gal, so I actually quite like January for winter, and the weather, I quite like it. January was quite a busy month in the salon, which was nice because sometimes it's a bit hit and miss with January. But yeah, I often think it's all in the mindset. You know, I've got a few friends that have said to me, oh, you know, it's January so I'm miserable and all that kind of thing, but I think it's all in the mindset. If you want to be happy, you be happy. It's your choice. It's all how you think about things and your mindset. And I know crap can happen in life, but it's all how we handle it, isn't it? So that's my little positivity message for today. I'm going to go the extra mile today and just bake just underneath my cheekbone. Then I'm going to go back in with my Hoola bronzer and just pop that on my eyes, I think. La la la! I know I said I'm going to be using new things, but the new eyeshadow I got was the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk eyeshadow quad. So if you want to see what I thought of that, then head below on my list of videos and check it out. See what I thought. Oh, Jack's back from Tesco's. Let's see if he's remembered that I'm filming. Hope he doesn't come through the door and go, "I'm back!" like we tend to do when we go out and we know our partner's home. I love using bronzer as eyeshadow. I do it nearly every day unless I've got a bit of extra time or I fancy having a play with something else. It just really helps warm up the face. And yeah, I just really like it. I guarantee you he's bought more than what we needed. Tesco and like Asda and places like that, I swear are like Disneyland to him because he's such a foodie. And if things are on offer, then God help us all. So I'm then just going to take that underneath the eye. I know it's proper old school, but I think it makes such a difference using eyelash curlers. So I'm now going to use one of the mini mascaras that I treated myself to. And I've really been liking this one. It's the Hypnose. No, it's not. It's Lancome Hypnose Drama. There you go. So I've been liking this one. And I don't really know why I'm using the mini ones at home because I promised myself that when I bought them I would use them for when I go away, but I'm not really going away that much else this year. As we are still mega saving for a house, but this year should be the year, which is exciting. Have a little brush through of the brows. Now I did get a new brow pencil thingy for Christmas. I think it's a Benefit one. Yeah, it's Benefit. Little running theme there. It's the Benefit Brow Contour Pro, which is, do you remember them pens from school that used to like blow your mind because it was like one pen, but then like loads of different colours? It's literally like that but for your eyebrows, which is pretty cool. It has a lighter shade, a highlighter, a definer and a deeper shade, so it's supposedly like all the colours and tools that you need to do your brows basically. So I tend to use the deeper shade to go underneath, and it is just like a round ended brow tool, so I tend to just go the deeper shade underneath the brow and to do like the arch, and then use the lighter shade at the front if I need to, and then use the definer, which is just like a pale shade, to define them, funnily enough. But yeah, this is this brow pencil in shade Blonde, because I would look super scary if I went much darker than that. The only time I use slightly darker eye pencils is if I have my hair like ombre, or when I dye it like that slate grey colour. I tend to use a bit darker pencils, but most of the time I'm the blonde chick. So then I just tend to use the spoolie to blend it all through as I go. But yeah, I do actually quite like this brow pencil, and it's awesome for if you are going on holiday. I took it when we went to Germany. That was cool. So I'm just going to use the lighter shade to go through the front. I've got an under the skin spot like here, and it's so sore. Don't you find that as people actually, we're like, oh, my spot or my paper cut or my whatever is like really sore, and then you just sit there poking it like, oh, that's really sore. I'm always like, Jack does it all the time, and I always think, oh, stop poking it then, but we all do it, don't we? Silly humans. Okay, so I'm now gonna get the definer and just go under the brows just to clean it up. And then you can either blend it out using your finger, or you can use like a little dense concealer brush like that. Both works. I have really thick, coarse, like eyebrow hairs. So as much as I love the brushed up brow look, my eyebrow hairs just do whatever the hell they want. But yeah, I tend to still just brush them up a little bit. And then actually, something else that I got new is the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brow Gel Shaper Definer thing in shade Blonde, which it looks like that, and it is actually really good for thickening up your brows, and for me giving them a bit extra colour, because even though I tint them, my eyebrows are like white blonde actually, so giving them an extra boost of colour is a good thing. So yeah, you can probably see that's giving them a bit more volume, and it makes the hairs like look like hairs, if that makes sense, because it like coats them. So that's all good. And I got the Rihanna Gloss Bomb lip gloss for Christmas, and I absolutely love it. I've been wearing it loads, but it's in my handbag, which is downstairs, and I'm kind of wedged in, so yeah, I'm going to use another lip gloss that I treated myself to just before Christmas, which is the Holly Boone one. Woohoo! So it's HNB Cosmetics in the shade Yes Girl. If you don't know who Holly Boone is, go and check her out. She is a makeup YouTuber and she makes me die. I think she's hilarious. I always crack up watching her videos. The foundation doesn't seem to have oxidised, meaning that where it reacts to the environment and things, sometimes foundations can change colour, like get darker. But from what I can tell, as I've been doing my makeup, it hasn't changed. So yeah, I'm actually really liking the look of this foundation. And maybe I will take the plunge and buy the bigger bottle. As ever, I'm going to use my favourite Me blush, because I'm not sure I'm up to the workout of opening the KKW Beauty one. You'll know what I mean if you've watched my KKW Beauty Blossom collection video, because it is a workout getting into her makeup, I'll tell you that now. So I'm just going to use the Me blush in Tickle, which is the blush I've been using for years and I just love it. So I know we're only at the application stage, but I will write in the description bar when I upload this how it has lasted throughout the day and all that kind of thing, so take a look there to see how it lasted throughout the day. But on application, I really like it. It was really easy to blend, easy to apply, it feels really nice on the skin, like I don't feel like I've got any makeup on, which is perfect for me. Yeah, it's a nice coverage. It's not enough to make you think, whoa, she's got a lot of makeup on, but it's enough to think she looks fresh, which I really like. So it just gives you like a nice, fresh, healthy complexion, which is ideal for me, to be honest. That's the kind of thing that I do look for in a foundation. And it's nice to also see a brand promoting, you know, foundation that is sort of a sheer medium coverage, you know, to embrace your natural self and your skin. So I do really like the whole campaign behind it, to be honest, and sort of Hello Happy I think is just really cute. It's cute marketing, and I just think it's a nice positive message really. So as much as I love full coverage foundation, it definitely has its place, but it's not something I like to wear every day. And to be honest, I think us women should embrace our natural selves a little bit more with like foundations like that. There's obviously that foundation, there's the Me Cosmetics foundation, which I'm in love with, which is very similar, and the Nip and Fab foundation I absolutely love as well, for that kind of thing. Just nice, decent coverage but natural looking foundations that feel like you haven't got anything on. I think it's just awesome, and it's also ideal for brides, so I'm definitely going to be bearing that in mind for my lovely bridal clients. So yeah, I'm going to stop babbling now. Basically it's a thumbs up from me. When I'm running low on my other foundations, because I flip between the Me one and the Nip and Fab one day to day, I'm definitely going to look at getting the full size of this. I do really like it. But how cute are the mini ones just for like holidays and stuff? You can tell I got holidays on the brain, can't you? So yeah, it's a big thumbs up from me. So thanks for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll see you all in my next one. Thank you.